discussing carbon dioxide and oxygen transport with the visual aid of a lazy river to demonstrate how this system works. We will also be taking a closer look at the heart to understand its role in the body. It is important to know that deoxygenated blood will return to the heart from the organs, then will be oxygenated by the lungs, and is then sent out from the heart to the rest of the body. This whole process is more intricate though, and in order to explain it better, we will take you through a 7-step process of how oxygen and carbon dioxide is transported throughout the body.
What we have here is the start of an ongoing journey of constant transporting nutrients and gases to a target organ. The yellow inner tube represents the deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood will leave the right ventricle of the heart via the pulmonary trunk. The deoxygenated blood is currently traveling through the pulmonary artery to eventually reach the lung.
The right atrium of the heart is where deoxygenated blood enters and then goes to the right ventricle and then leaves via the pulmonary trunk to the pulmonary arteries to the lungs to get oxygenated.
Once the deoxygenated blood reaches the lung and is supplied with oxygen, the red inner tube will represent oxygenated blood. Alveoli in the lungs contain the oxygen that will oxygenate the blood with the help of hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is a very important protein in respiration that contains iron as well as picks up the oxygen for the blood to carry to the rest of the body. Simultaneously, carbon dioxide will move from the blood into air sacs, which will be pushed out during exhalation. Keep in mind that all of this is a passive process. By that I mean the blood is trying to reach equilibrium where concentrations will go from high places to low places.
Once the blood is oxygenated, it will then travel back to the heart via the pulmonary veins to the left atrium. After the blood goes to the left atrium, it will travel to the left ventricle via the mitral or bicuspid valve to then be distributed to the rest of the body through the aorta. The walls of the left ventricle are a lot thicker than the right because blood is being pumped to the whole body, where the right ventricle is just pumping blood to the lungs.
Once the blood is oxygenated, it will return via the left atrium and then to the left ventricle and be sent out the rest of the body via the aorta.
The oxygenated blood will then travel down the aorta and branch off to an artery corresponding with its specific target organ. The target organ would be an area where oxygen is needed. At the target organ, there will be a bed of capillaries where the nutrient and gas exchange will be. It is very important to remember that only one red blood cell can enter a capillary at a time. This makes for quality oxygen and nutrient exchange, so whatever is receiving the oxygen and nutrients will receive the full amount from the blood. The blood has given off oxygen and nutrient in exchange for carbon dioxide and waste products. Now our blood is back to being deoxygenated, which is represented by the yellow inner tube. The deoxygenated blood will make its journey back through the veins into the heart.
The deoxygenated blood will enter the liver and waste products will be filtered out. All of the blood will eventually go to the liver to be filtered so clean blood can be returned to the heart.
The deoxygenated blood will leave the liver and continue back to the right atrium of the heart via the superior or inferior vena cava, depending on what the target organ is. After it reaches the heart, the process will then start all over again.